Today I'm playing Minecraft's coziest mod pack, Homestead, or at least that's what it claims to be. And I'm going to be putting that to the test today. So I've loaded us up into a world. Now it's to my understanding that this mod pack tries to be a little bit like Stardew Valley. That kind of game anyway, something you could chill on and just have fun. Now what I want to know is, does this have any quality of life improvements? Have we got vein miner? And it says down here that we do, but I don't know if we need a tool first. Let's try that. So you can obviously see the Stardew Valley theme straight away just throughout the inventory, but it doesn't take too much away from vanilla Minecraft. So I've made ourselves an axe. Can we now do the vein mine? It's taken quite a while on the oak log, so I'm assuming that's going to work. Yes, it did. That's an interesting animation. I don't hate it. So there's a quest book and all that good stuff that we can look at. There's a whole page of stuff that we could do. Okay. So it's not technically vein miner. It's just a mod that's in the game. And when you're using an axe on a tree, you mine one log, it will mine. The whole tree will just directly fall. I mean, it's pretty cool. So there's a quest book and there's no real linear progression, like say in All Mods 10, where you've got like chapters up here and then just a few mods that was added, and then it's all segregated into exploration, technology, magic, things like that. It's not really like that. It's just kind of, here's a load of quest pages, have fun. And personally, I don't know if I like that, because there might be some mods in here that I've never used before, and just throwing me in straight in the deep end. I kind of like to have that little bit of linear progression, or tell me how some of the mods work. But one thing I do know is we don't really have framed blocks in this. What we have is the create copycat blocks, which I have seen before in other mod packs and playthroughs, and I actually kind of think they're better than framed blocks. Of course, there's not many options with them, but overall, they're just, I do think they're just better. Especially with all the mod packs now having create in them. Of course, we've got to do what we can to get started. So, you know, your standard Minecraft stuff. Get into the Stone Age. Nothing's really changed in that respect, and I don't mind that. What I get as a feel from just the home page and all the rest of it is this mod pack focuses heavily on farming, and I don't think there's too many, if any, proper technical mods other than create, I guess. Now, I don't actually like that, only because there's only really sophisticated storage in this, and that's backpacks and drawers and chests and things like that, which I don't mind that. It's when we get into the later game of, we're going to struggle with storage, because there's no integrated dynamics, there's not even refined storage or applied energistics. It's kind of going to be chest management, but again, that's going back to like vanilla Minecraft. That's all vanilla Minecraft is. So again, do I hate it? I don't hate it, but I don't love it. After playing modded Minecraft and expecting like a refined storage or applied energistics, you kind of expect these kinds of things in mod packs. As night one comes to a close here, again, we've done really nothing out of the ordinary to a vanilla playthrough. Oh, that's cool. It has like a little day counter here. I like that. That's nice. So it tracks how many days you have done. That's really cool. Instead of having to press like F3, looking at it that way. I like that. That's a nice little change. Of course, we've got like other biomes and stuff in this, with, of course, different plants. It seems to be quite a builder-heavy mod pack, which, again, I like. Now, I wouldn't say I am the builder I used to be, but this is definitely something that could get you back into that building frame of mind. We have a mod called Spawn in here as well, which I guess adds a few creatures. Now, to me, my old brain told me this is ore spawn from Crazycraft. Of course it's not. I can't right click on this thing and go to another dimension. That's not how it works. I guess spawn just adds in a load of different creatures. An ant's nest. And oh yeah. So this mod pack seems to have like not the traditional linear quests, but more than just challenges in a way. So you can see like the fishing one tells you to get 8 tropical fish, raw cod, salmon, pufferfish, and you get a diamond reinforced rod. And with this mod pack focusing heavily on building and farming, I kind of want to find a village to see if they've changed. So when looking for a village, I also got a little distracted at some of the books that we were given at the start. And I was reading this Welcome to Homestead one. And it says, Homestead is vanilla, plus at its coziest, familiar enough to feel like home, yet filled with new mechanics, biomes, creatures, and curiosities waiting to be discovered. Whether you're crafting contraptions or cultivating the quietest corners of the world, there's something here for you. The quest book is your companion, your whispering guide through the progression of this new world. It's designed to gently nudge you toward key discoveries, reward your wanderings, and help you shape your journey at your own pace. And then it also tells us to look at the tips in the quest page. So let's have a little gander at that. Of course, this is where I found the trees falling mod. All we need to do is smack it with, well, chop down the tree with an axe and all the tree will just fall. There's some mods in here that I have seen before. Iron chests, looter, construction wands, crafting pad. I'm assuming this is just like a crafting table on a stick. Yes. It also adds a quality of life mods as well that are like craftable name tags and saddles, although in the latest versions of Minecraft this is now doable. However, this mod pack is based around 1.20.1 version of the game. There's also excavators and hammers. I'm assuming in a way they're like Tinker's Construct. In fact, they are. Excavators can clear dirt, sand, gravel and more in a 3x3 area, sort of like the excavator from Tinker's Construct a very, very long time ago. And hammers that allow you to mine a 3x3 to a massive 5x5x5. So big cubes can be mined at one time with these hammers. So once we'd familiarized ourselves with the tips page, it was back to exploring. And here's our very first little village in a birch forest. And yeah, of course they look different to the vanilla Minecraft villages, but if you play any sort of modded Minecraft, it looks very similar to any other modded Minecraft playthrough. But again, let's be honest, any improvements over the vanilla Minecraft villages is a bonus, because I really do think they look a bit bland. What is this? A fernling. Oh, I've picked him up. So I guess you could do that with villagers as well, I'm assuming. If you want to take a little villager to your little trading hall. Yes, we can pick up the villagers as well. We did manage to find a Illager Manor map. We have managed to find ourselves a little structure out in the wild, which has a saddle in, so we could go ahead, tame this horse, and go to the Illager place. So let's head there. But after traveling for a little bit, we weren't getting any closer. So I think I'm going to look for a place to build a house, because that's ultimately what this mod pack is about. Here looks quite nice. We've got a river running through, fairly flat if we took out some of this land. I think this would be perfect. So let's get to terraforming. Once the terraforming had finished and I felt like we had enough land to make a house, we could make a pretty decent sized house here, I want to start getting a backpack. Now, one quality of life thing that is within this mod pack is you can convert wool back to string. However, you only get 1 string instead of 4. So now that we've made a backpack, we can throw it in our sort of chest plate slot, but instead of just throwing it on of our chest plate, it's kind of got like curios in it, but we don't have, instead of having a little button at the top corner here to pull out a menu over here with all your curios, you just highlight over the slot and you can sort of put them in. That's cool. So I'm going to go and collect a load of resources to build ourselves our starter house. Okay, so I've gone and got a plethora of materials, stone variations, as well as obviously different kinds of woods. I've gone ahead and got the carpenter's table and the mason's table as well, so we could add some different textures to our starter house. And of course, we have to accommodate this house so we have somewhere to put our horse. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. And within just a couple of hours, the house was up and completed. I also thought it'd look nice if we did the tour in shaders. You know, we got a nice little sunset in the background. So we've got obviously a place for the horse to live. Lovely. Now, we had quite the area at the back here, and I didn't know what to really do with it. So I've got another pen for any other animals we might get down the line, whether it be cows, sheep, chickens, whatever. Food source, whatever we may do down here. Kind of got a bit of a workshop here, which is pretty cool, with the mason's table and the carpenter's table. And then that leads us on to the inside. And as we walk in, it's only slightly interior decorated. I've not done too much because we haven't really got a whole lot, with only starting this world literally a couple of hours ago. So we've got nice, instead of chests everywhere, you're gonna have to ignore this chest. We are running out of space in these barrels. Got blocks at the bottom, and then we've got mob drops and food, natural items, and our valuables, with some extra unnatural items over here as well, because we ran out of space in the barrel. With a little bit of a balcony now, we do have a bench we can sit down at, look over at the land. Look pretty lovely, and shaders. And we also have a nice clothed table to have our dinner at as well. It's lovely. But as the sun rises, that brings us to the end of another video. But I still haven't answered the question. Is this Minecraft's coziest mod pack? Well, it's probably the most coziest I've ever played, if I'm honest with you. I normally like tech, linear progression, and things like that. You know, automation and stuff. You know, automation and stuff like that. I like to get down into the nitty gritty. And one thing I said earlier in the episode was there's no applied energistics, refined storage, integrated dynamics, stuff like that. There actually is. It's just called something else. It's called Tom's Simple Storage Mod, and it's basically the exact same as integrated dynamics, to be honest, from what I could piece together. So at least that's a bit of a bonus. But that's going to do us for today's episode. So thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button. Consider subscribing. And if there's any other mod packs you want me to review or you even want me to continue the playthrough on this mod pack, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.